welcome back to Newstalgia, the show where we find out what happens when something old becomes something new. For the month of October, I'm changing things up. We're going with a horror theme. This month, I'll be looking at the original 4 Nazi zombie maps from Call of Duty. This week, I'll be starting with one that began this crazy zombie-filled journey. When World at War first came out, I had no desire to pick it up. I grew out of the older Call of Duty games and preferred the more modern ones. It felt like, for me, this was a step back at the time. Then one day, my cousin told me to buy it as soon as possible. There was a new unlockable game mode, and it was about zombies. I ended up buying the game, and what happened next shaped my gaming experience for the next while. I was blown away with how fun the mode was. It wasn't overly complicated, really it was pretty simple, even more so when compared to the new zombie modes we've seen over the years. I love the map design. It was really small and claustrophobic. At the beginning you feel like you have so much room, but once you get to the later waves you can feel like you have no breathing room sometimes. Obviously when this first came out it was bare bones. No perks, no upgrades, strictly wall weapons and the box. How long you survive depended on 2 things: your skill and how often you got drops. There's nothing worse than going 3 rounds in the late 20s, 30s and not getting any max ammo drops. This map was actually remastered twice, once for Call of Duty Black Ops and again for Black Ops 3. The footage you see right now is from Black Ops 3. While the map looks wonderful with the updated graphics, it feels different. With the ability to get gobblegum that can help you get upgraded weapons and perkaholic, it doesn't feel as stripped as it did when it first came out. It's much easier to make it to the later levels, which isn't a bad thing, but it just doesn't feel as challenging. It's weird to admit since I'm doing a month-long series on this, but my love of zombies has kind of gone away. They just kept adding too many things that basically made it easier. There was one point I literally went through 2 later rounds in a row one-handed. I was scrolling through my phone with the other. That's not a brag. It's just an honest truth of how much this has changed over the years. Back in the day, zombies was an amazing experience with friends. It still can be, but it's hard to sink as much time into this as I used to. You can at least level up weapons and customize them, but it still often feels like time wasted, at least to me. Well, that's it for this week's Newstalgia. Next week, I'll be taking a look at Verrucht. On that note, stay tuned for next time.